She don't love me, she just wanna live my life. Party for the drugs in the pipe, babe, did I get that right? It's a great vibe, cause she know I stay high. Leave me on the FaceTime.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Lex. Welcome back. So by the title, y'all can see that I am going to be telling what is my exact disability. So the exact disability that I was born with is muscular dystrophy. Now, a lot of people don't really know what muscular dystrophy is, or they might have it confused with MD, which is muscular sclerosis. But there are two totally different disabilities. So I'm going to start off by telling how, I was diagnosed, when did I find out, stuff like that. So I was born with it at birth. So I was born with it, like I said. I found out like when I was like 1 year old, maybe like 6 months. My mom and my dad was wondering like why I couldn't, sit up on my own or stay sitting up on my own, because every time they set me up, I would fall over. Things like that. So I had, a lot of tests done around between 6 months to 1 year old to try to see like what is going on, why couldn't she sit up, why I couldn't sit up by myself and things like that, and why I wasn't beginning to learn how to walk. So with muscular dystrophy, the main thing that it really impacts is your muscles in your bones. So what that means is, in your bones, in your body, sorry, muscles in your body. So for me, it impacts from head to toe. So it is fully, like my muscles are really weak. But what I mean by weak is like you could, like a 5-pound weight might not be as heavy to you, but to me, a 5-pound weight is, a little bit on the heavy side, and that's because of my disability. So growing up, once I found out, once my parents found out what my disability was exactly was, so like muscular dystrophy, so I instantly got a wheelchair. I had a manual wheelchair at the age of 1. I had a manual wheelchair at the age of 1, and it was purple. It was a manual chair, and it had like one little handle on the back. Maybe I'll insert a picture over here so y'all can see, just to show y'all what I mean by as far as like the chair. So from the age of 1 until now, which I am 25 years old, so I've been living with this disability for 25 years. So the number one thing as far as like what does it impact, it not just only impact my muscles, it also impacts like my bones. So moving forward, when I was 10, I had a spinal transfusion. So what that means is I have 2 rods put together that is holding up my spine in perfect posture. So right now I have perfect posture. Before my surgery, my spine was kind of curved, so they call that scoliosis. Some people do have scoliosis, some people don't. It is really painful. Scoliosis is really painful. It is really uncomfortable. Most people have to wear a back brace or get surgery like I did, but mine was like fully from head to toe. When you are also diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, sometimes you are wheelchair bound like me. Sometimes you're not instantly wheelchair bound. Sometimes you can walk with a walker, which I did when I was younger. I had a walker, I had braces, I didn't have any crutches because I wasn't strong enough to hold my own body weight when I was younger. So I did have like a walker and braces for a little period of time. So as I got older, you know, I need help with like going to the restroom, getting dressed and things like that. I can brush my teeth and everything like that. As well as when I got into like elementary school, I also did therapy as well. So it's really good to you know, do weight resistance. So when you are in a wheelchair all day, every day, literally like 24 hours a day, you can get bed sores. They are so uncomfortable. You can be up into the hospital or in the bed at home to like 3 to 6 months, or things like that, depending on how bad is your pressure sore. So weight resistance is good, to lift up and things like that. But as far as me, when I am really good about shifting in my chair. I do have some movement where I can move by myself. I can assist a little bit with transfer, depending on what I am transferring. Transferring. I couldn't get that word out for some reason. Transferring into another seat or chair or anything like that. I can bear a little weight onto my legs, with help, of course. So I do require a lot of help as far as transfer, using the bathroom, like I said. Growing up with muscular dystrophy, I necessarily didn't feel like it was a challenge as far as like, I couldn't do things as far as the other kids in school or things like that. Sometimes when I was younger, I kind of felt like, I want to go play basketball with other kids or jump rope with other kids or things like that, as far as like, elementary school, doing things like that with, at a young age, but I never let my disability stop me from doing any of that. When I got in the first grade, I participated in adaptive sports. It is called ASP. So AASP, I think I'm saying that right. It's a great organization. It is based in Georgia. So if you are in Georgia and you have kids that are looking for, they love sports, they love to, they want to be a part of something is with other people with disabilities, that is a great organization. I will put the link in the description below, so you can go check it out and see what it's about. They go all over Georgia. So that was a great thing that I got into to help, build up my confidence. Like, it's okay to, have disability. You can do everything just like anybody else does. It's just a little bit more challenging. So I played wheelchair hockey, wheelchair power soccer, regular soccer, which is called handball. I was the manager of the basketball team. I was a cheerleader. I played track and field. So I did it all. I never let my disability stop me from doing anything. As I got older, I had to, tell myself that, what, you can do it just as better as an able-bodied person. So for all you able-bodied people out there think that people in wheelchairs can't do anything or all they do is sit in the house, that is so not true. We do so much more. We go out here, we have full-time jobs, we have families, we get married, we live alone, things like that. So not every person in a wheelchair is you know confined to one thing or one space or anything like that. So don't ever think that you could not end up in a wheelchair, because you can. You might not have a specific disability, but you never know what could happen. But don't let that stop you. Don't let anything stop you just because you in a wheelchair or you have a disability. As far as like pain level, when I was younger, I did used to get a lot of muscle spasms. Now, muscle spasms are the muscles, I think it's like the muscles locking up and it's spazzing, so it will shake a lot. So like if you can see my hand, it will shake a lot wherever the specific spasm is. I used to get them a lot in my legs. I never really had spasms in my arm, but I would get them a whole lot in my legs a lot. But they are a little painful, but not as bad. So I would just let the spasm do its thing, and then I would be okay. As the older I got, I did more things for myself. I am very independent. Let's start up there. I am very independent. I can, fix my own food. I can get stuff out of the refrigerator. I can clean up the house. I can vacuum. I can do things like wash dishes, things like that. Do laundry. If you haven't, go check out my video already on how to do laundry in a wheelchair. You can go check that out right now. But anything anybody else can do that is able-bodied, I can do in my wheelchair. Like I tell people, yes, it might seem like, oh my gosh, you're in a wheelchair, you can't do this, you can't do that. Nope, that's not true. I do everything. I love just going outside, hanging with my friends, going to the mall, going out to the club, sports bar, wherever, So don't ever give up on what you want to do, even if you are in a wheelchair. Now, I always, get this one question. So, can you walk? Well, no, I cannot walk. I am, like I said before, I am wheelchair bound. I am in a wheelchair 24 hours all day, every day. So I can't walk. When I was younger, I could walk with help. So like if someone hold me up under my arms and, I would move my legs and I would, walk with them and things like that. But no, I cannot walk. People think that everyone in a wheelchair could walk or they can walk. It depends on their disability. Sometimes they can walk. They could walk for shorter distance, then someone can walk for like longer distance and then need to roll the rest of the way. It just depends on that person. But for me, no, I cannot walk or stand. I can bear weight on my legs as far as like transferring or putting on my clothes and things of that sort. But as far as like walking from here to the front door, I can't do that. Or, getting in the shower by myself, I can't do that, without help. So I need help. I do have a caregiver. She's awesome. I love her. She's been with me going on almost 10 years. Well, this will be 9 years this year. So I love her to death. She's amazing. She helps me with anything that I need, and we hang out. She's like my sister. I don't even see her as my caregiver. I see her as one of my best friends. She's like I said, she's amazing. I don't know what I would do without her. So I just want to tell you guys about that. Another thing is, if you have a person or someone who has a disability, don't talk to them like they don't understand, because they do. Most people think just because I have a disability or they see my wheelchair that I don't know what's going on or I don't understand or things like that, or I'm autistic or things like that. No, that doesn't simplify just because I'm in a wheelchair that I'm autistic or things like that. Autism is a whole nother different disability from me. So like I said, my disability impacts my muscle, so things like that. I do everything. I have, my own clothing line, my own store, things like that on Instagram. I will tag my personal Instagram in the description, and also my business Instagram, just in case you guys want to know what exactly that I sell or that I have. I have clothes, so I'm revamping my business as we speak right now. So it's called Alexis Richey Collection. Yes. So I hope you guys love it. I have men and women clothing. But at the end of the day, you guys, I just want to say, treat everyone just like you should be treated. Don't treat anyone different from you just because they are in a wheelchair. Because, like I said before, wheelchair is not just a wheelchair. Wheelchair is a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you guys. Peace, love, and happiness. Make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And we out. Peace out. Yeah.